I want to demonstrate a very simple principle of how breath may work or help us, or effective breath with effective movement and ease of movement coming together in terms of how we feel, literally in terms of how we move. Do we move with difficulty or easily? So the logic of it is simply, if a breath inhale, if the inhale part of the breath is buoyant, lifts us up, then the opposite of inhale is an exhale, and that would be deflating. So in the dynamic aspect of in and exhale, it would simply mean or imply that if we're going to inhale, we puff ourselves up into a better posture, and if we're going to exhale, we can slump a little bit. So perhaps quite literally, if we're in a slump, it may just be that we needed to have an inhale. So if we apply that principle to getting up out of a chair, we'd exhale, time our movement with the breath, inhale and come up. If you want to get down on the chair and your back is a bit sore, your knees are sore, you're feeling tired, then we should be inhaling and then gently let ourselves down on the exhale. If we need assistance from the back of the chair, or if the chair has rails, you'd go up on the inhale. And if you wanted to walk around the chair and get back down again, that would be an exhale. So likewise, we would use the same principle to get up on the inhale, but also if you wanted to lift your arm up, that should be an inhale. If the end of the inhale is there and that's where you would wanted to have the arm, then that's perfect. If you want to have this hand join that hand, then on the exhale, you'd bring the hand down. If you want to meet the two hands, it would be inhale and exhale, exactly there. The end of the breath should be at the exhale. Say inhale, open. It doesn't make sense to take a large breath and then continue stretching on no breath. It makes more sense to inhale, exhale, just timing the movement. Inhale, 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 deeper breath, more stretch, exhale. So that's our harmonious movement. So if we apply that to any yoga position, for example, applying that to cat-cow, where we would be exhaling, round back, inhale, chest open, that's on the hands and the knees when we're on the floor work. Likewise, for a warrior, for example, so if we have 1 foot forward and you lift the arm up, that should be inhale. Exhale, we want to sink into the position. Inhale and exhale. If you want to open up the chest more, inhale, exhale. So all our movements, inhale there, should be met with the exhale. And then that specific dynamic interplay opens us up and then exhale. So in the Cobra, or Bhujangasana, the principle is to open the chest on the inhale. And if you wanted to push the arms down, the chest open, that would be the exhale. Inhale, exhale. So how we put poses together has everything to do with the dynamic interaction between inhale and exhale, and the speed and the variabilities such as depth of breath and lack of tension or openness versus more unrelaxed tightness, that will all interplay in how well we're actually breathing or not. But the essential basics of breath is, if we're going to take the arms up, that's the inhale, and this is the exhale. Now it becomes clear why core strength, exhale there. If it's lengthened, with pranayama, lengthening either the inhale or the exhale or the pauses between the breaths. Taking a large inhale, speeding up the breath. Strong core, pause the breath out. Inhale, raise the arm. Smaller breath, the arm can come down. If you want to take the arm to the back, inhale, 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 pause the breath, continue to move a little bit, bend the elbow, exhale, and you will find relief from tight shoulders. I've been talking a lot, so I need to go. Inhale, and breathe out. Calm center myself, right. Okay, so I can talk some more. I'm going to do it again. Breathe in. And what happened? The breath came out the mouth. What we normally do in yoga is breathe in the nose and out the nostrils. So to be more functional, more expressive in the body, we're watching movement with breath and how this becomes a natural way of moving, so that we're more graceful, more effective, more powerful, but also training the body for everyday movement and everyday flexibility. So for example, with a warm-up, loosening the shoulders, we may want to go like this. Inhale, exhale. So we want to go a little faster, a lot slower, but bigger. Big exhale, squeeze, hold the out breath. Inhale, raise the arms. So if we wanted to add that into stronger breath, for example, using a mild bellows action, then the abdomen should pull back or contract more. If you wanted to make this an abdominal lift, like in Uddiyana Bandha, that will be an inhale, exhale, and you create a hollow and a compressed space. Then it will be inhale to break the tensions or the compressions, and exhale, the arm comes down. So if we want it to be just free and easy, or even in out the nose, do with Tai Chi and Qigong, martial arts, I wouldn't say counterpart, but similar practices in Chinese practice. You'd be inhaling, and the arm would move back to exhale. So the origin of the full trunk breath is in the soft abdomen and in the tighter exhale. Hence, if we're going to be lifting an arm, inhale, and moving, that should be on the exhale. If we apply this to yoga, let's go to sideways warrior. Inhale, and then exhale. Open up, sink into the posture, looking into the distance, breathing in, exhale. If you want it to be stronger, inhale, more force, exhale. Inhale, step the feet together. Exhale, relax. Right? So that's the dynamic interplay between breath and movement. Inhale opens us up, exhale closes us. Bhujangasana, the basis of our dynamic, larger yoga breath. Inhale, exhale. See why that's an Ujjayi breath. Because of the chesty sound. See why it's an Ujjayi breath as well. Because it's coming through the nostrils. The sound is here. Air is moving in and out the sinus. Air moves into the body because the abdomen opens in the first place. So that's a bellows-like practice. So we want heat, energy, quickness. If you want to do 100, you do the light bellows. Slightly different. Bigger bellows. More shining skull, less fire breath abdominal bellows, but the one feeds the other. Or we could add the arms. Inhale, exhale. Ujjayi breath. And may want to add a Nadi Shodhana. Alternate nostril breath could be the traditional way, or simply one nostril at a time. Centering breath brings together mind, left side of the head, right side of the head, opposite side of the body. Then we start to note that truly the midline contains the chakras. The Ujjayi breath happens with the sound of the throat chakra. Ujjayi breath happens through the forehead, behind the forehead, third eye. Ujjayi full trunk breath employs the core abdominal muscles for the exhale, second chakra. At the end of the inhale of Ujjayi breath, diaphragm opens up wide. At the end of the exhale, the abdomen contracting, we could pull up the root lock. Ujjayi breath held, retained with the Uddiyana Bandha. Chin lock becomes a whole body lock. Inhale, exhale. And then that contains the dynamic movement of other practices in yoga. Up dog, down dog would have that. The warrior, exalted warrior, sideways, exalted warrior. Exhale, the hand would come down quicker. You'd reach to the end of the inhale. Harmony is the result. It would feel wrong or weak to inhale. Doesn't match, doesn't make sense, right? Inhale, exploding in the out breath. So timing, movement, harmony, body, mind, breath, pranayama and asana. If I want to lie back into the chair in a relaxed way, inhale, big exhale, yeah, life is good. Why is life good? Because I'm telling myself so? Or because the body is wide open? Yeah? Feels good? Body open chest. That's the feel good part. I want to come back to sit upright. Inhale with my core strength. Exhale. Now I want to slouch a bit. That's okay. Now I want to think a little bit. Maybe hold my head a bit as well. Soon that gets a bit tired and it's a bit of a twist now, but it's not going to be lasting. Be comfortable. So I come up on the inhale. This is more comfortable. Maybe I want to fold my foot in. Sit up tall. Loosen the shoulders a bit. Engage with the person I'm talking with. Yeah, I hear you. You know? Something like that. Okay.